Welcome back. I wondered where you'd been. This has just arrived, well actually it arrived yesterday. I never got a chance to get to it, but it's just the way life is these days. I'm doing a lot of running around for so many different things. But here it is, a box like this. Now anybody who's familiar with watching my channel since, well, 2009 or thereabouts, yeah, it does go back that far, will know what this box is. And yeah, well, I suppose you've seen everything else on the way in. Okay, it's a Fender Strat body, but it's a custom body that was made by Warmoth, and they only actually made 5 of them. So what I'll do is we'll whip it out and take a look at what you get. Well, I guess you won't see much of it at the moment, but we're going to whip it out and have a real close look at this, because it's one of them guitar bodies that, well, it's a little bit out of the ordinary. And to be honest, if I was to go and have a look around and buy a ready-made guitar, chance of it looking like this for the sort of money that you can do it for is pretty remote. Anyway, I'll get the body out and put it on this table, and then we can sort of zoom in and, yeah, you get the idea, don't you? Well, here it is. Yeah. The Strat guitar body that, well, it's not quite a Strat, it's got a humbucker pickup hole down there, but we'll come to that in a minute. Yeah, it's got a top on it called Claro Walnut. Well, that's what I call it. I might not be able to pronounce these things right, because there's some funny names on this thing down here. Yeah, Claro Walnut, Juglands Hinsei, or something like that. I tend to call it myself, yeah, California Black Walnut, Northern California Walnut, and Heinz Black Walnut, and there's a native to California and Oregon. So there, it grows very fast in a good climate. There it needs the met for the market, says here. Claro Walnut, I didn't know half of this stuff. It's known for its rich colour, which this one really is. Workability and durability. It's a versatile wood species, it says here. But you didn't know this either, did you? Me neither. Mainly, it's used for making high quality furniture and small objects. It's very similar to black walnut, it says here. Many of its physical features match each other. It's more expensive than other species of walnuts. And I can vouch for that when we come to the price a bit later on. Yeah. It's got many unique properties, and its demand is very high. So that's probably why this thing costs so much, because just trust me, they made 5 of this. Yeah, 5 of them. And this is one of them. They also made some different bodies. Totaling, I don't know. Must have been up to about 20 with necks and all the rest. And well, my man, that was what you call expensive. Yeah. Anyway, that's enough of that on there for now. Let's go a bit closer, and then we can look at the specs and the rest. It's all interesting stuff. Well, okay, as you can see, when you get a bit closer, it's pretty awesome. This Claro wood, yeah, for want of a better phrase, it's just so nicely figured. And on this particular body, I mean, they've done a really good job, and they should, for the sort of money that this cost. I'll be talking about that in a little while. As you can see, it's a Stratocaster replacement body, and it's also an authorised Fender replacement body. So yeah, that's all good. Nothing wrong with that. Now this is a solid construction, basically guitar. Yeah. So inside there's no hollowing, although it's rooted from the back, as we'll see presently. The core wood, when we get round the back, is basically, it's roasted swamp ash. And on the top here, this laminated top, as I've said, is highly figured Claro Walnut. It's not something you see every day. In fact, I hate to say this, but I've never actually seen another guitar in real life with this this type of finish. I think it's pretty awesome, really, if you want the truth. It's got the usual Fender tone and volume. They were already done, these bodies, by the way, before I found them. They were all finished and completed to the specification of whatever they made at the time. So, well, there it is. You've got your little switch as well, just like a Strat. I mean, let's face it, that's what it is. 2 tones, a blade switch, and away you go. Now, we've got a deviation for me. It's rooted for a humbucker. Let's put it that way. I didn't actually do anything, did I? Except buy it. So it's rooted for a humbucker, and then we got 2 standard Strat pickup holes, for want of a better phrase, that go in there. Yeah, and it wasn't prepared for a Fender bridge either, which was something, well, it was already done, so there's little I could do. I either buy it or I don't. But as it's turned out, I'll show you the bridge presently. Oh, and for the guys that would like to know, remember this is a solid guitar, but the body is 4 pounds and 3 ounces in Americanism. Yeah. What is it in kilos? Well, I don't know. And frankly, I don't care. I'm not really into kilos and stuff like that. I'll stick with the Americans. Yeah. It's a standard 4-bolt fitting for the neck, and of course it's a Fender shape. So a Fender neck will fit it, as will many others. But on this guitar, it's going to have a neck that's suitable for a guitar of this caliber. That's what we'll say for now. You'll notice it doesn't have the usual Fender output socket on the top. On the side it is on this one, and this is a sort of 7/8 side jack hole, and you can buy those connectors that fit on there, well, almost anywhere, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. You can see some of this wood, some of this ash close up there, and with it being you know, baked, so to speak, we'll call it that. It's not really baked as such, you know, doesn't go in with the cakes, but they call it roasted, and it sort of dries out and things like that. But they change colour when it's been roasted, just like that, really. We'll see more around the back. Well, there it goes. Yeah, what can I say about that? Well, nothing really. It looks absolutely pretty much awesome to me. It might or might not to you, but that's a matter of choice and personal choice, really. What you like and what you don't like. It's a bit like music, really. And you can see that it's rear rooted. Let's see if I can get that off. Just fold it back. Yeah, there it is, rear rooted. So you can see roughly what's in there. Not a lot. Oh, I've got a BC 08 25 23. So yeah, so my guess is it was made in August 23. Yeah, that's what I'd say. But of course I could be wrong. There's another little sticker as well, just down there, that you can see on screen right now. Yeah. Well, what's that mean? Well, we'll figure it out, and I'll put some text up or not. You also get with a warmoth, you get all the little screws and things that you might need for fastening this in place. Well, you get them all. Yeah, there they are, all nice. So I'm just going to fit that back, because I don't really want to play with it too much right now. You can see the incredible figuring on the back. It's very nice, to say the very least. Let's go and have a look up at the neck end. Well, right off the cuff, I hope you can see that joint, that neck joint there. It's actually been cut down on this side, so you can get your hand in up the top of the neck. Well, in a nicer way than the big square one. Yeah, there it is, all nice. Fantastic finish. This one's gloss, and I don't mind gloss, some people do. But for me, yeah, I think it suits it. It looks nice, yeah. But you know what? You only need to look at the colour of that body there. What a fantastic looking guitar body. It's partly like I said before, to do with the roasted swamp ash. But also on the other side is that walnut, and a bit more about the walnut when we go back up top. Just reminds me of something I saw when I was young, very young. Yeah, that should be interesting too. Yeah, so there it is. Let's flip it back over. I've got one more thing just to mention. Yeah, lastly, I just wanted to talk about this tremolo root. And this one isn't the Fender one, like I said. It's not a 2-point Fender one, but it's something that's exceedingly similar. It might be same spec even, who knows, but this one's a Gotoh 510 Tremolo, because that's how it was already pre-rooted when I saw it, so I'm stuck with it. But as it turns out, that's not really a problem. I bought the Gotoh 510 Trem, and it looks pretty good. We'll have a sort of real quick look at it in a moment. But there it is. No modifications you could do to this. Once you go there and you see it, you're either buying it or you're not. So Warmoth wouldn't modify this in any way. And it does actually have a number, believe it or not. That number might be located there somewhere, but this was actually body number 16. But they only sold X number of the bodies. I believe there was only 5 bodies for the Strat like this. And the others were different guitars. They had Telecasters and some other things I don't like, but there you go. Okay, well, you've had a quick look at the body, and it's probably the last time you can see it before I actually build the guitar, or create the guitar, if you will. I'm not against this particular build of body. So let's move this out the way now and take a quick look at the tremolo. Okay, well, there it is. Yeah, all interesting stuff. This is a 510 T-FE1. This is a high quality tremolo from Gotoh's flagship 510 range. And it's got the post spacing of Fender American Standard Strat tremolos, so there. So I could put a Fender one on, but I think I'm going to fit this one because I think it looks better. It's got a slightly wider string spacing, 54mm E to E. The bridge features steel saddles for clarity and response with a brighter tone than brass. Their block design is comfortable on the hand while playing, it says. Bridge plate is made from extremely resilient chrome molybdenum steel, finished with heat treatment to ensure strong and hard-wearing knife edges. Well, I think we'll get it out now, and I can carry on telling you about it after. Okay, well, there's the trem over there, which we can look at in a second. But as well as that, you get some bits and pieces that you got to fit to the guitar. That's all good. No, that then. We get 3 springs. We got a nice gold tremolo in this case, and it's not one that screws in, if you notice that. So it was another reason why I chose this. You get the claw and you get the bits and pieces that you're going to be able, well, you're going to want to use to fit the thing. Yeah. And here it is. So while you're just looking at that, okay, I know, oh, it's just a Fender trem, man. Oh, that's not quite true. It's not quite the same as the sort of 70 or 80 pound ones that you see out there. This one costs a bit more, and we'll cover price when we go back up and talk about the body, and this, in fact. So you've got slots in the bridge plate. If you want the truth, it's very difficult to see them. I can't just show them like that. But I have put a picture on the screen. I've cheated. So you can see the slot that's in there. Yeah. The studs that you get can be locked into their body anchors to give the most transmission of sound to the body, which is interesting stuff as well. I don't think you can do that on the Fender one. Gotoh's FST tremolo block holds the ball end of the strings. Let's turn that over. I don't see much of it, but it's more than nothing. What do you want? Yeah, it holds the strings in a position to stop them binding on the bridge plate as they travel to the saddles. It reduces the wear on the strings and bridge and helps the tremolo to return back in tune after use. They say. We'll find that out much later on. The tension holding the trem arm can be adjusted via a set screw in the bridge, which is all relating to sort of down here. Yeah, what more of that later. I don't really want to go to the nth degree right now. Yeah, there it is. I don't want to show you too much about it right now because we'll probably look at it again. Or not. Anyway, the tension holding the trem arm, as I said, can be adjusted with this little screwing mechanism down there. So you've got a load of stuff that makes this like something that you might want to buy. And yeah, so I did. Yeah, I love the steel block saddles for clarity, the brightness and the response. I like the slots in the Tremolo base plate too. That's interesting. It stops movement of the saddles, but it really does stop these things moving at all. Whereas PRS had to bring metal around the side to stop them moving side to side. These guys have gone a step further, in my opinion. Yeah. It's made in Japan, by the way, not even Taiwan, and they do make some good stuff in Taiwan, but not Taiwan or anywhere else. So here it is, the Gotoh 510 Premium Tremolo. And you can fit that, it's like a little review, isn't it? You can fit that on a regular 2-point Strat. It says, I hope it does fit, don't you? Yeah, that's one point. And another point they made, which I didn't show. Now you can't see much up there where you are, but there is a picture on the screen and you can see where it can be locked into place. Yeah, with a little adjuster. So that's the Gotoh 510. Just before we get to the price, let me tell you that quick story about when I was younger. Well, there I was when I was about 5 or 6, here in England, or England, as they say in America. At least I think you do. It's what Jimi Hendrix used to say, right? England. Anyway, there I was in England, and over in the corner of the bedroom, I can remember it so clearly, was a wardrobe. You know what a wardrobe is? It's got 2 doors on and opened out. And you can believe it or not, it had got matched walnut on each door. And it was like, imagine the door this wide, half of the door would be boot matched that way and half would be that way, and they put it together. And as you're lying there in bed when you're 5 or 6, you can sort of see, well, it looked to me like the face of a wolf. It's got 2 ears, it's got its nose, and these sort of jaws. And it was, you know how your brain does that stuff, doesn't it? It sees things that aren't really there. Yeah. And yeah, there it was. It said on the internet there that it was used for furniture and it's expensive. Well, today it's expensive. All them years ago in the sort of 1950s, it might not have been quite as expensive. There's the story, and it always reminds me, this guitar reminds me exactly of that sort of wardrobe, even though I haven't got the wolf's head in there. You can see the things. Next time you see this video, look closer and see what you see in the body top, because all interesting stuff, isn't it? There's no getting away from it. This is money. By the way, I did actually buy it with my own money. Nobody sent me anything. Nobody said use this one or choose that one or any of that rubbish that goes on the internet all the time. None of that. Oh, this? Yeah, I bought that too. Yeah, I bought that one from Toman. You know them. Or Thoman. Or pronounce it how you like. I bought it from them. I also bought some tuners. Some gold tuners. Fender tuners. That were cheaper there than, well, really anywhere else in the UK. So I bought them as well. Yeah, there's a few things on the shopping list. But this body, its list price on Warmoth, Lean on Something, was $850. That's a lot of money for a guitar body. I have to say, I have bought the odd one at that price historically. But they are particularly nice, and in my opinion, they're very rare components to a guitar. It's down there on the floor. Yeah, so for its $850, they then charged me, it was $153.91 for shipping. And then on top of that, you've got the customs and the VAT. Like, when it hits down, it'll hit down, don't worry. Always ends up on my desk where you have to pay for that. So it was $1,003.91 for that body. Yeah, plus the rest. Don't forget the rest. Yeah, that's big money. But my opinion, well, I think it's worth it, because you end up with a guitar like the likes of very, very few people will ever have. And if you wanted to go and buy one off the shelf to the specifications that this one's going to end up, well, get you $5,000 or $6,000 or $7,000 out. That's what I'd be telling you, and I think I'd be right. So on to this, yeah, the Gotoh Tremolo unit. How much did I pay for that? Well, I can't even remember exactly, but I think it was about, there's one here, £112.35. That makes it about $135 or thereabouts, which is not bad really, bearing in mind it's not a bottom end tremolo. I really wouldn't want to be putting bottom end tremolos on a body and neck like that's going to be on that. And yeah, no names, no pack drill regarding the neck, but the man the man that said, hey, you need a special neck for that, Tony, he was right, of course. And yeah, I'm not going to give you any more clues, not right now. That's all you're going to see about this build at this time. But it'll be coming up, don't you worry. And I think it's going to be good, especially with that humbucker on a Strat body. Yeah, I should have done it before, but you know how it is. I'll be choosing some maybe interesting pickups too, or maybe not interesting. I know I'll be choosing some that work. Now don't forget to visit Evil Owl Studios, and don't forget to subscribe. Yeah, you've got to subscribe to my channel, I hope. You don't have to, but it's nicer if you do. I don't want to do all this for nothing, do I? Yeah, the guys that are actually watching this probably will appreciate it. The ones that don't, well... Yeah, so subscribe, do that thumbs up thing, and ring that bell, ding, ding, yeah. And that way, I'll get some more subscribers, and I'll carry on making this sort of stuff. Well, I might. The more I listen to some of them on YouTube, some of these nasty types, the more it makes me not want to bother. It's not really my loss, you know what I mean? I don't need the money off YouTube. That's a fact. I don't need the aggravation. Huh. Anyway, enough of that for now. Hope you're looking forward to this one the same as I am. And I'll see you next time. There's no playing because I haven't got the bits. Now get out of here.